Okay, hi everybody. This is VinDaBess, and I'm here with.
Devin 3000,
Yo, yo.
and me, Domino SNK, and we're here to talk about where Zeus stands due to this upcoming Sony Santa Monica patch that is slated for fall. So, kind of figured that since, in all honesty, Vin is our pretty much the community Zeus, despite, being aloof. Feel like he should probably talk to you guys and tell you where Zeus stands and things he needs work on, bugs and glitches and stuff that could help the character out.
Alrighty, so right now, I feel like Zeus is one of those strange characters. He's kind of an anti-meta sort of character in the sense that in today's meta we have a lot of blocking, down teching. Both of those are really strong, but down teching is really bad against Zeus, and blocking is really bad against Zeus. But against certain characters, like most of the cast, blocking is a really smart option, and down teching will cancel just about every combo. So that's really strange. And against a lot of other kind of things, most characters rely on combos, where Zeus is kind of just this heavy-hitting, AP-gaining monster that relies on like small 40 AP combos to push people away to get himself in a better position. And
so what would you say just to go over the basics, what are Zeus's high points?
Zeus's high points are when he's right in your face. Once he's there, it's kind of hard to shake him off because he's got all this super armor. He has incredible knockback. He's got incredible mix-ups when he's up close, and if he can get in your head, you are pretty screwed. If you can get in the other player, and you have an idea of what they're going to do, you're going to be able to punish, you're going to be able to just get incredible amounts of AP off, and hopefully get a level 2 and get a kill.
Alright, now the polar opposite. What's his low points?
Right now I feel the problem with Zeus is he's having a lot of difficulties getting in without his extended role, and even with that, it kind of gets difficult sometimes because a lot of the higher tier characters, the stronger characters in the game, they all have really good combos out of grab, and some even have kill confirms out of grab. So it's really difficult for him to get in safely unless he's against a character, say like Dante, who you just aerial forward square and you're in there, and he doesn't really have a way to stop you other than to perfectly time a counter. But for characters like Evil Cole, even Fat Princess, they can all zone him out in a certain position if they play correctly, and it makes it really difficult for him to get in to do his damage, his reads, whatever, his mix-ups. And so that's one problem. Another problem I feel with Zeus is he lacks a certain amount of kill confirms. Zeus right now relies on guard breaks and
Teleport crumple.
Yeah, he relies on a crumple, which is
predictable in all honesty.
At a high level, it's actually really easy to
Punish.
bait out his teleport and block his crumples, but a lot of his kill confirms rely on either wall bounces or guard breaks, and if he can't get that, then he needs to rely on a level 2, which is, some people say it's easy to get a kill with, but I personally feel like it's not too easy to get a kill with, because there's different people, different styles. Some people will just immediately use the burst and people will roll it, but technically, what I used to do is I used to wait, but a lot of times waiting isn't the best option because there's always the startup frames that you could always just see when he's about to explode, and you can just react. It's hard to react, but it is possible to react to it, and you can always dodge that.
Because a character like Sly, for instance, would be able to teleport on reaction, right?
Yeah, Sly, Sackboy, yeah, those kind of characters. They're just incredible against Zeus. Like Sly, maybe not so much, but Sackboy can definitely just dodge and bait out Zeus's supers all day. Like that's another one of his problems, which I completely forgot about until you brought it up, was his kill potential is very, very limited. Against certain characters in the game, he has a very difficult time, like actually guaranteeing a kill. So,
do you think is part of that due to his like questionable amount of armor? It's only about at 15, so a character like Parappa can break it in 2 hits before Zeus's charge is even done.
Yeah, it's another problem. His armor, I feel like it could be higher, but characters like Dante and it's pretty much just Dante, the real problem, have troubles breaking it. And if they make it higher, I feel like it'd just be really, really difficult for.
So you think that it shouldn't match Big Daddy's armor, which is usually in the ballpark of just 20?
I'm not 100% sure. I feel like I mean, I'd be down. I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it if he had Big Daddy's super armor. But I feel like if Zeus had Big Daddy's super armor, a lot of the time people would probably just want to go for Zeus. Like Big Daddy seems like one of those characters where he needs a specialist to play him like 100%, like you. Yeah, I feel like right now Zeus is kind of balanced in the sense where he can take on a lot of characters, but some of the mid to lower tier characters, such as Parappa, can just break his armor. I feel like that's fine. I mean, I'm not really happy about it, but I feel like it kind of keeps him in a spot where he isn't ridiculously busted, and yeah, I feel like any armor increase would make him really, really good.
How do you feel about Zeus's throws?
Zeus probably has the worst throws in the game. He has a shitty knockdown, which you can't do pretty much anything. Like any throw you do, down throw, up throw, is just a terrible knockdown that puts them in an awful position. And then you have the fantastic forward throw, which knocks them all the way across the map. And like I said before, Zeus has a very difficult time approaching people. So you either have this, I don't know how many frames it is, awfully slow jab, or not jab, grab that will probably get you killed or full combo punished, that will lead into 2 awful knockdowns, or a position reset that pretty much just gives your opponent space to do whatever they want. Zone, they can play ridiculously defensive, or they can just sit in a corner with Isaac's mine and just stand there. So I don't know. It's just really dumb. His grabs are awful, and I wouldn't recommend using them at all.
Does his grabs help at all with like an Oki game or anything?
No.
No?
Not at all, because he doesn't. His Oki games are really awful. Like, if you really wanted to, like, capitalize on an Oki, you would need to do something ridiculous with a cancel. Like, what I used to do is I used to, like, charge up a forward square, and then I'd jump cancel into, like, an electric teleport or something. But that shit gets old, and people realize, hey, I can just roll backwards, and I'm completely safe. So, you know, it's...
So you think that if they were to do anything with this throw, like, you think they should even bother doing anything with this throw, or it's just kind of there as filler?
I mean, I think his grabs are really awesome. Like, I'd really like to see his grabs be put into something so we could actually use them in this gameplay, because...
so, which would you value more? That the grab speed is sped up, and the recovery as well, or that, like... Or if it gave him something along the lines of a better positioning, like with Big Daddy's down throw, where it just gives him a single bounce, but it doesn't lead to a kill, or something like that.
I feel like, yeah, the single bounce thing would be pretty good. Like, if he could just combo into something, like, even as small as, like, an up square into a neutral aerial square, like, that's 40 AP, and I mean, I'm definitely fine with that. Like, it's nothing huge. But, like, it makes his grab actually have a use. Because against some characters, like, even Zeus versus Zeus is a little ridiculous because everyone's just rolling all over the place, and they both have terrible grabs. So nothing really happens. But I feel like if there was a combo out of grab, then that matchup would actually be a lot more interesting and entertaining. But I'm not too sure. I feel like a lot of people want the roll removed, so I don't even think that's even going to play a part in this whole grab thing. But I definitely think that Zeus should get a grab, whether it just be a tad bit his grab speed or recovery and all the good stuff. those frames need to be sped up, I personally believe, or he needs to get some sort of combo, because right now his throw is high risk, 0 reward, and it's absolutely terrible.
Especially since throws are kind of necessary for, removing AP and stuff.
Yeah, throws are huge right now. Against Sackboy specifically, like, Zeus kind of has a difficult time, mainly because Sackboy just charges up to level 3, and you have to either kill him, which is ridiculously difficult to do, and you can't grab him or combo him out of AP. It's crazy. Very difficult. In a game that grabbing is so good and so dominant, like, you need some way to actually get a grab in.
What moves do you think could be improved, or just to make his overall game better and stuff? So, if something had slightly more range or something, or a different AP gain, or a different type of move in general.
Without getting him into to basically replace where the current top tiers, something to overall for a healthier game meta, and to move Zeus from unknown to relatively decently known at least.
It's kind of difficult because a lot of the characters are really strong, and until they're actually nerfed, I'm not too sure whether these will be either too good for him or just okay for him. If it was this patch and characters like Raiden were still unbelievably stupid, you could I think you could kind of not remove, you could kind of increase the length of forward square, and I feel like that'd be awesome. But then again, I'm not 100% sure. That would kind of be stupid for some characters, say you're against Sir Daniel or something like that. You would just be able to completely destroy him. But against a character like Raiden or Evil Cole or even Fat Princess, you could use that to get in, and you wouldn't have such a difficult time dealing with these projectiles. So I feel like perhaps just a slight increase, or maybe even if you screw up the cancel, you have better recovery time on that or something. I think that'd be really cool. I think maybe his up square, sometimes it just depends on the position of the opponent. It can combo into another up square, which has a really tight window, but that can combo into a aerial neutral square, and that's actually pretty decent AP. If I remember correctly, I think it's 70 or 90 AP, and that's actually really good for Zeus, since his only optimal combo is 40 AP. So I think that'd be really good as well. Outside of that, I think maybe a little bit a little bit less recovery time on his lightning or electric webs, shit like that. I feel like that needs to have a shorter recovery time.
Is that the
I
one
feel
where
like a
he
lot
shoots?
of the time, players will just forward tech over your head when you use your up square, and you kind of have 0 options to deal with it, because if you use or even charge the upward electric web, you are screwed, because the recovery's out of this world. It's crazy long, and even if you charge cancel it, you need 7 hands to do that correctly, and even if you do, they're still in a good position. They're away from you. They have all this space to just maneuver and shit. So I feel like maybe just frame touch-ups on his electric web, or perhaps even his bolts. I feel like right now his bolts are very, very strange. In the air, it's very risky to use a bolt because you will fall like a rock. You have I think I went to Metropolis on the top of the stage, and I used the lightning bolt, and I couldn't use anything until I got to a bit lower than the platform range. So lightning bolts, I feel like you need to be able to do something with them in the air. They're very slow. They don't do too much, and I don't think it'd be too crazy if they touch that up a bit with the frames. So I think that's really good. I feel that right now Zeus is in a pretty good spot, so there isn't too much that we can, or they can, buff or nerf to make him either too good or too bad. But I feel like with these specific things that he can get better. And the grab too, but we already mentioned that.
Right. Okay, yeah, so moving on to our last section. Does Zeus have any bugs or glitches that hurt him? Because the last one I remember is something about that he bursts early.
Zeus has a really laughable amount of glitches. It's absolutely ridiculous how they didn't find any of these out. But Zeus has well, the famous extended roll. That is definitely a glitch. I highly doubt they intended that. But I'll go into that later. There's the level 3 freezing glitch where you use your level 3, you can get kills or whatever, but then the game freezes and you're just salty that your game has to be shut off because it froze. But that doesn't really cripple him too much. Just makes you a little salty. There's the teleport into objects glitch, and I mean, while that does not seem like it could be too problematic, I've had matches where I've actually lost because I was counterpicked into dojo and I could not use my teleport as much as I wanted to because I'd get stuck in the floor. So I feel like that needs to be addressed. He should not be able to glitch through things with teleport. That's absolutely ridiculous. The level 3 thing, I mean, that's not too big, like I said, but it should be fixed. There's no reason for games to be crashing when the level 3 is used.
Yeah.
And now for the extended roll.
Keep going.
Okay. So, the extended roll, now, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but I personally believe that the extended roll is a necessity for Zeus. If that's taken away, he'll lose a bunch of his cancels, he'll lose a lot of his approach game, and that's going to be a really big problem, because right now Zeus's only way to approach is either walking really slowly, or you can just charge at them with your forward square.
So you don't. So what? What about the issue where the extended roll invalidates some characters almost completely?
Oh, I completely forgot that. That needs to be fixed. Like, there's
there
no
needs to
reason
be like a happy middle between the two, between moving it and having it. So perhaps just giving him just a quick roll, then a quick roll he can, like, sort of akin to Sly's teleport, where he can do it across the screen but clearly still be grabbable. If that makes sense.
I'm 100% okay with the grabs. Grabbing is fine. I feel like if they are to change that, though, they need to allow him to either hold the button so he can cancel into a move. That's one of my biggest concerns with the roll. Because I don't really need it too much. I think I need maybe like 2 to 3 rolls at the most. And I feel like if it can be limited to that for a certain period of time, that'd be okay. Like, I can definitely get down with that. But there's also the thing that it needs, which is the ability to cancel into an attack. Right now, Zeus has problems getting in and then using a move because of how slow he is and how slow some of the startup frames are on some of his moves. So basically with this, you could roll in, you could hold the block, and that would cancel all the lag that you had from the roll, and you could just cancel that into either a jump, or you could cancel it into an up square, which is what I used to do because up square is probably one of his best moves. And I feel like without the roll, he'd have to wait the entire duration just to be screwed over by the startup frames of his up square or even like his jump. Like, it's crazy. He needs a lot of things with the extended roll. He doesn't actually need the ability to roll through supers, though. I feel like that can be removed because it's just dumb. Like, there's no reason Sly should have the ability to work up to level 3 just to show some dance moves. This man's just gliding across the screen. Like, there's no reason for that. I feel like that should be fixed. He shouldn't be immune to supers when he's doing that. Maybe the first roll, I'm okay with that, but the second and third roll and anything beyond that shouldn't be.
So something like a roll decay then, where after the first roll, his distance gets smaller and smaller if he keeps.
Yeah, that'd work too. Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay.
As long as or maybe even like the roll distance stays the same, like it doesn't decay too much, but like maybe the safety of his roll.
Like the invincibility frames start depleting or something.
Yeah. The roll right now, there's a few things that make it really, 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 really mandatory for Zeus, and there's a few things that just make it overkill. I feel like it should be considered something like Dante's empty cancel, where he kind of needs it, but like he can do without it, but he'll just probably be like somewhere in the low mid, maybe mid to low tier, and he'll just won't be competitive.
All right, well, I could add something about like, because I think that you're gonna get like a bit of slack on the sense that you want his role to be different than like the cast, and like even when you said it in the beginning, I was thinking like mechanically wise they should all pretty much be the same, but as like I play Sly, so I don't have a role, and so that makes me different mechanically from the get-go. So perhaps like to help people just have like a bit of a more open mind is that if Zeus were to have his own special role, it wouldn't be the end of the world as long as it's balanced correctly. You know, I have my teleport, which is my role, and you know, so just like I don't need to be the only character that has a special type of evasion. Other characters can have their own kind. Like Heihachi has his little like push thingy where he just like
dive.
Yeah, he looks all silly and stuff, but he gets it's like his role. So I mean,
his dash.
Yeah, that it looks hilarious. But yeah, so I think that as people like hear this, to like keep more of an open mind that like not all the role mechanics need to be necessarily the same. You know, like it'll always be like a generalization, like all the roles do this, with the exception of Sly and Zeus, or you know, maybe like a few others. We don't need like the entire cast getting their own different types of role, because dodges and roles need to submit to a form factor that everyone just understands. But you know, I think having like a few stragglers that do their own thing isn't exactly game breaking or unfair or anything.
Definitely. I feel like Zeus, his role, I feel like in this patch specifically, the changes would be okay. Like I wouldn't mind them, but I feel like when they're actually producing this new patch, they need to take into consideration that some of these characters are just absolutely ridiculous. But I also feel that every character in this game needs a combo at a grab if they're going to keep the extended role, which I doubt they are. But I mean, I don't know what to say. I really hope they do keep it in. But
what would you think would be a necessary nerf for Zeus for the overall health of the game? You believe that it'd just be to somehow find a happy medium with this extended role?
Well, that's personally, yeah. I honestly feel like that's pretty much it. But right now, I feel that without the role, Zeus is kind of lackluster. So it's either nerf the role and he's still viable, or take it out and he's kind of trash. But I could be wrong.
Alrighty. Okay. So closing thoughts. Vin, if you like, you can sum up what you were hoping for this patch will address, and things that you hope that hopefully someone from Sony Santa Monica will, you know, give this a listen and not go overboard.
Yeah.
Okie doke. So, one, I'd like some more combos, or perhaps some more AP gain on some of Zeus's moves. The only combo you'll see Zeus doing is his up square into neutral aerial square. And I feel like that should give at least 50 to 60 AP. Like right now, 40. It shouldn't be doing that. It's terrible.
And this is including from his throw being slightly more viable, so that he can get at least a small combo out of that as well.
I still feel like 40 AP even from a throw isn't very good. But I feel like that needs to be addressed. I didn't get into the premature bursting, but that needs to be fixed as well. Zeus has offline, he has combos out of guard breaks, which lead to ridiculous numbers like 140 to 150. Actually, I don't think he has 150. 140 AP burst combos, which right now he can't do. He's stuck at about 90 to 110, maybe 120.
I've seen him burst at 76.
Yeah.
Wow.
There are certain moves that actually will make him burst. I think I've had one burst at around like 40, which is just, it's ridiculous. So that needs to be addressed as well. I feel like the role needs to be thought out. They need to do something with it. They either need to give characters grabs, combos that are grabs, or they need to do something that changes the role. If they keep it the same and they nerf the other characters, Zeus is just going to be uncontrollable. He's going to be a beast. So they need to do something with the role. I still don't think they should remove it. I think they should balance it out. But yeah, I also think a lot of his moves need a better startup frames, or even to last longer. Right now, his absorb is useless. His absorb doesn't even give AP for some of the moves. I'm not sure if that's a bug, but he needs to be able to either hold it out longer or it needs better recovery, because I've been punished for trying it a lot of the time, and it's just not even worth it. It's not even that good of a move. It doesn't assist his camping, his playing defensively. It's just useless. It doesn't do anything. So that needs to either be fixed so it actually absorbs AP, or it should be, out longer and or has better frame data. So that's personally my main issues with Zeus right now.
Alright, and I think this is the last important question. Will we be seeing VinDaBess once again return to the game, maybe?
Oh, sweet Jesus. I'm not sure. My PlayStation's kind of broken. Every time I turn it on, it kind of sounds like it's going to blow up, so I haven't really attempted to tame that beast just yet. Maybe, I'm thinking, maybe if a lot of the old school people that I used to play with re-picked up the game, we'll see maybe some kind of return. But I'm not too sure. We'll have to see about that. Maybe if these patches are actually good for Zeus, because right now I'm actually hyped for the free Zeus skin that I would have purchased maybe when it should have been released, aka forever ago. But maybe if all goes well, then I'll probably come back.
You heard it, Santa Monica. Send Zeus VinDaBess a new PS3.
Please do that too, and
Young Zeus skin PS3, please.
Yes.
That's too good.
Alrighty. So this concludes our Zeus talk, and that was VinDaBess.
I'm Devin. 3000.
And I'm Domino.
Peace, guys.
Goodbye.